Hello, my friend. I sharing a story. It's short, but it's to the point. I'm sharing this video. It may or may not be your story. Everyone has one, right? Well, the reason I was given this gift was was at home and a friend of mine came up my driveway at Memorial Day and shared this with me. He wanted me to see this right away, but it was Memorial Day and I was going down to the creek to have a good time at the fire and have a campsite weekend. But anyway, he said, I'd like to have you go with me to meet this young man. I said, sure. On the weekend? I can do it. He said, yeah, it is on the weekend. So we went over to Hagerstown, and a friend of mine that I'm talking about, Lee, he was kind of like my father figure that we always, worked together in different businesses, mostly with nutritional supplements and things like that, because my mom was an older woman and she took these nutritional supplements as well. But anyway, he told me about this, and we went over to Hagerstown, which is 25 miles from here, and heard this fella speak about this. It actually, while he was going to school as a physical therapist, fitness, he was doing something on that line, he found out about this. And it changed everything in his life because he was living out of his car. And he was actually able to get an apartment and have a place of his own because he was actually driving and flying back and forth out west to see his children. So this is like a turn of life that he went through, that he actually got his children back. Now he lives in the beach, but he has a place of his own. I think he has 5 or 6 children now. Anyway, I myself was going through a situation with mom being in a home. She was someplace around 92 years old, and she could live by herself. But it was better for her to be in assisted living because she wanted to have friendship and companionship. Well, I'd come over every day, but it was a little bit more than that. She wanted somebody around more than that. So we had her go to a home, assisted living, and it was a nice place. Then they'd go swimming once in a while. They would go to the park or do things like that. But she was there for 7 years. Well, through that time, I was working in corporate America, and so was my husband working corporate America. In fact, he just quit corporate America, or corporate America quit him because the company went to China, and therefore he was not going to China, or we would have to split because I had to stay home with my daughter and the farm. Anyway, I was still working in corporate America, and mom was in a home, so I'd go over and see her once or twice a week. Well, I wanted to see her more because time, it doesn't wait for us, and it's precious for have mother be 92 years old, and I wanted to be there. In fact, I think she was 96 at that time, because it was a little bit after she started being an assistant living that I decided, hey, I've had enough of corporate America after 35 years walking and working on my feet and pulling boxes and everything else I do in different places. I also worked at the racetrack once. I was always using my hands and running all the time. And I decided, yeah, to give it up. Well, they wanted me to be a supervisor. I didn't want to be a supervisor. After seeing this, I wanted to see something else I could do part-time and maybe do something in the full-time realm. But first, part-time. So I started doing this and have been doing it for 11 years now to help people all over the United States, Canada, and the UK. No, not the UK. Excuse me. We did not go to the UK. We were going to Puerto Rico. We did try UK, but that didn't work out. But now we're in Puerto Rico. So this could be your key to have your own business. It also could help your family out, your business. Even if you have an Uber business, you work at Uber, you work on trucks or drive trucks. This can help you. So if you want to know more, leave me a comment underneath, and I can show you the other videos, but that won't be me. It'll be somebody else speaking about their story, so you can see it fits into anyone's life, no matter what they do for a living. So you see, this is why I'm sharing it, because so many people are out there that are working 2 or 3 jobs that I've spoke to. 2 or 3 jobs. That's crazy. When do they have time to themselves? When can they go and see a concert or have time with their family? Well, now you'd be able to with what I'm going to share with you. But you got to leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. Have a great day or night. Bye-bye now.